Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Piper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle with the 15 to the 20, breaks 3 to the 25 to the 30 to the outside. 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this House Music Monday, Martin Luther King Jr. Holiday Edition. Woo! I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well then I guess you found us on Facebook. There you go. If you're not following us on Facebook, what? Come on, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait. There's more. Go to the show's page. Go to the show's page, Shawn and Maya in the morning, like that page as well. So not only will you be following Sports Zone Chicago, but you'll be following Shawn and Maya in the morning as well. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, come on, man. Go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button. But also click the notification button. That's the little bell next to it, and that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, if you watch this on our mobile app, please don't tell me you didn't know we had a mobile app. Come on, baby. You got to keep up with the Joneses and them. We have a mobile app, so wherever you get your apps from, it doesn't matter where you get them from, whether it's iTunes or Google Play or Amazon or Walmart or Kmart or 7-Eleven, Zayre, Zemsky, Macy, Montgomery Ward, Woolworths, Weebles, Goldblatts. It doesn't matter where you get your apps from. You go there, you type in Sports Zone Chicago, you download it, you take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew, and I mean a slew of articles, thanks to my man Clarence, Council III. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles, Chicago sports related. Now, watch this on our Roku channel. I like that kind of party, baby. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Sports Zone Chicago, we have our own Roku channels. If you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor, download Sports Zone Chicago's channel to your television. Put it there next to the big boys: Netflix, Hulu, Apple Plus, HBO Max, Prime, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Stars. Oh, which reminds me, man, Powers should be coming out pretty soon. Woo-wee. Excited about that. I'm a big Power fan. When did Power start? Isn't it like 10 years ago. I think 10 years ago Power started. Wow, I got to see. Now they have the branch offs and everything. Let's see. 2014. Yes. 11 years ago. Holy sheesh. 20 years ago. Man, holy shnikes. Let me tell you. Listen, you can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online, want to know what I did? Let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. Guys, we have a phenomenal show for you, but I need you. I need you. I need you. All my old school, all my Blues Brother people. In the morning, you You, when my soul's on fire. Yeah, don't worry. I'm not giving up my day gig to start a singing career. Although, hell, Milli Vanilli did it. I guess I could do it as well. But anyway, I'm just messing with you. I just need you to get interactive. So, over a platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or our mobile app, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll put it up on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around. And that's you. So keep them coming, baby. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. Like The Rock said, don't sing it, baby. Just bring it. Let's see. The chat is jumping already. Woo-wee. Jumping. I like it. Oh, man. My man Armando Emeterio Lara Jr. My man Jr.'s in the house. He said, good frigid morning. You're damn right it is, boy. Woo. I woke up this morning to go to CrossFit Health right now. I looked at the temperature outside, hit the phone, 0 degrees. I was contemplating going right back to sleep. I was, no, get your ass up. You got to go. And I did. Black Diamond in the house, top of the morning. I called Saturday night, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy. Is Johnson not coming here because he wants his own GM? Yeah, it's possible. Hey, we did say Detroit there was a good chance for them to lose. We did say that. We said that was a possibility, and it came to fruition. But Shawn Walls, a bird morning on a House Music Monday. You're damn right. I got my Julian Jumping Perez, Speaker of the House Music shirt on, baby. Thank you, Mondo, if you're watching. I appreciate it. When you got that for me. Oh, Snap King Booker World checking in. He says, salute everybody. And Shawn, he says, if you ain't got to come out here, don't. Hey, I hear you, dog. I didn't have to go out, but I did. I'm telling you, bro, my alarm went off at 4. I woke up, grabbed my phone. Said, what's the temperature outside? It said 0. Man, I'm telling you, I contemplated life, Papa. I was contemplating life at that point. James Ford checking in. What's up, baby? How you doing? I appreciate it, big dog. Listen, I don't know a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on. That, my peoples, I can promise you. We got a great show. We get kicked off at the bottom of the hour. David Kenyon from Bleacher Report. It's going to join us. We're talking, man, we are talking NCAA. No. We're talking college football playoff. I am fired up. Tonight is going to be one heck of, hopefully, should be one heck of a show. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to a good game is really all I want. All right, give me a good game. Give me, I don't want to blow out. I don't think it will be. I want a good game. I think it's, I think both defenses are stout. I think we'll be able to have, where you go? There you go. I think that Notre Dame has a chance. All right. I know Ohio State should win it. They have a much more talented roster. That doesn't always mean you win. And Notre Dame's been playing good football. Good ball right now. Their defense is stout. All right. And here's my only question. We're going to talk to David at the bottom of the hour about, do you switch it up? Do you go a lot more zone? We can bracket Jeremiah. Okay. Do you go zone or what? All right. Do you show man, road zone, kind of confuse the quarterback? I would suggest you not stay too much. If you do stay in man, make sure you got a man over the top. But Notre Dame's got some Ohio State's got some receivers. They got a couple receivers that can go deep. If you're a single high safety, you got to pick one. So I don't know. We'll talk to David Kenyon at the bottom of the hour. The Planksters checking in. What's up, Popeye? Says happy Monday morning, Shawn. Sports owners, bear down. Bear down, baby. Bear down. We got a lot of football to talk. Not just Bears. We do have a lot of Bears to talk. But over the weekend, I couldn't tell you. I was in heaven. It was awesome. I was in heaven with these football games. The divisional round of both on both Saturday and Sunday games were awesome. And then tonight, what a way to end the weekend with the national championship game tonight. We're going to talk about that as well, as I said, with David Kenyon. Cornelius Squall's in the house. He's like, what up, sports owners? Cornelius. So we got a lot to get through. So let's get it cracking. You know how we do, folks. The first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
To the first top of the morning topic is where we going? Mm-hmm. Start here. The Bulls. God blessed. Darn Bulls. The Bulls late last night, they fall to the Portland Trail Blazers, 113-102. Zach LaVine led the way with 27 points. Nikola Vucevic, the walking double-double, with 17 points, 11 rebounds. Patrick Williams, 15 points. Chicago's very own Ayo Dosunmu, 12 points. It was also brought to light that the Bulls have put Patrick Williams on the trade block. I don't know if I mentioned that the other day, but I know that it was during the game they mentioned it, and it's going to be tough to move him because you gave him that $90 million contract. But that just means that they're tired of his ass. They're tired of you. They're tired of you not developing. They're tired of you not getting better. They're tired of your inconsistencies, your refusal to go to the hole, your refusal to stay aggressive consistently. They're tired of it. When you've seen growth from Kobe White, you've seen growth from Ayo Dosunmu, you've seen growth from these guys. But Patrick Williams' growth has been stunted. All right, we got to do a much better job of coaching them, but at some point you gotta want to get better. And it seems like he doesn't. Next time, the morning topic, staying with the Bulls. The Bulls are in LA, taking on the Clippers tonight. Tip-off is at 9:30 p.m. local time at Central Time. You can catch that game on Chicago Sports Network or listen to it on their flagship station, 670 a.m. The Blackhawks, they're home at the United Center. They host the Carolina Hurricanes tonight at the United Center. Puck drop is at 7:30. You can catch that game on Chicago Sports Network or listen 7:30 Central, Chicago Sports Network, or listen to it on their flagship station, 7:20 a.m. And I'll tell you, it's frustrating with the Blackhawks because they have one good game, one or two bad games. One good game, one or two bad games. And it's like you're wondering about the development, speaking of development, with the Bulls and Caleb and the development of Connor Bedard. You have an interim head coach. So him and I wonder if Connor Bedard and Caleb hang out. They're both going through the same shit. I don't know. Next time, the morning topic, the Cubs held their fan convention this past weekend, and it was a return of Sammy Sosa. And news broke. Man, oh man, oh man. News broke, and they are, what are we doing? Where'd it go? There it is. The Cubs announced that Sammy Sosa and Derek Lee will be inducted into the Chicago Cubs Hall of Fame later this season. It was good to see Sammy back. Let me tell you, you guys know me. If you know me at all, you know I'm not a Cub fan. But, man, I love me some Sammy, boy. Love me some Sammy. And I'm telling you, him coming back lit it up. Sammy! Man, the crowd was electric. The crowd was fired up to see Sammy, and rightfully so. You know, rightfully so. And I think it's just a good feeling to have him back in the fold, in the family. Yeah, and he's going into the Hall of Fame. You know, we talked about it. I say get him he needs a statue outside. Just me. I say Sammy needs a statue, baby. And so the question is, what's the statue going to be? Is it going to be the hop? And the bat's going to be like next to him or flipped? Like, what's Sammy's statue going to look like? Because he needs to have one outside of Wrigley Field. He needs to have one. We'll figure it out. Sad note, next top of the morning topic. Yeah, this one was tough. Whew. Former Chicago White Sox manager Jeff Torborg passed away this Sunday. He is his hometown of Westfield, New Jersey. He managed the White Sox for 3 years, and he was the American League Manager of the Year in 1990. As again, had a quote. You know, Ozzie. That's when Ozzie was here, and in the quote, Ozzie says this. He says, "Quote: I'm heartbroken. My mentor, my friend, has passed away. Someone who truly understood me and gave me a chance to lead, to be a captain. So much of my way of managing and being in a clubhouse came from him." So, heartfelt words from Ozzie Guillen, or his manager, Jeff Torborg, who passed away on Saturday at the age of 83. Sunday, I'm sorry, at the age of 83. The next top of the morning topic. Man, these games were crazy. Woo, Charlie. NFL playoffs, divisional round. Detroit sucks. Number 6, Washington Commanders upset the number 1 seed in the NFC. The Detroit Lions 45-31. Jaden Daniels, 22 of 31 for 299 yards, 2 touchdowns and a 122.9 rating. Robinson, the running back, had 15 carries for 77 yards and 2 tutties. I was wondering if Detroit was going to Detroit themselves. They hadn't done it all year. Well, no, yeah, they hadn't done it all year, and guess what? They picked the worst time to Detroit themselves. So that just means that the courting of Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, mostly Ben Johnson, can commence. There are 3 teams looking that are in the running: the Bears, the Raiders, and the oh goodness, who's the other one? I can't even think of it. The other one: the Bears, the Raiders, and Dallas. Thank you, Steve-O. Yeah, so it's going to be. He's scheduled to have meetings with all 3 teams this week, and his decision could come by the end of the week. So the Bears could have their new head coach by the end of the week. That would be good. That would be very good. Keeping it up, the next half of the morning topic. Man, we knew this one. Woo, Charlie. Just had enough. The Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC divisional round. The Chiefs beat the Texans. It's the top-rated Chiefs. Number 1 seeded Chiefs beat the number 4 Texans 23-14. Patrick Mahomes, 16-25, 177 yards, a tutty with a 98.2 rating. Travis Kelce, 7 catches, 117 yards, and a touchdown. This was the first time that a team has outgained their opponent by over 100 yards and no turnovers and lost the game in the playoffs. First time. So, yeah, that was, Steve-O says the refs win again. Yeah, there was some just crazy calls, bad calls, and we knew that's how it was most likely going to play out. We knew that. You know, Patrick Mahomes is the golden boy, the golden child, so they're definitely not doing anything to allow him to get hurt. Then on Sunday, Charlie, Eagles. Man, Saquon Barkley snapped the Eagles. The number 2 Eagles held off the number 4 Rams 28-22. Jalen Hurts 15 of 20, 128 yards with a 91.2 rating. He had 7 carries for 70 yards and a touchdown. Saquon Barkley snapped again. He had 255 against these guys in the regular season. He had 26 carries, 205 yards, and 2 tutties. Both tutties were 60-plus yards or more. His first one was 60, his second was 72. This guy is awesome. But listen, you can sit there and say he's awesome, but who was I telling? Oh, so I met up with some of my Thunder guys yesterday, guys from the Chicago Thunder that I played with. We won 2 national championships and a bowl game in our time together. And we were talking about it yesterday. We were having lunch at Hooters. That's the place that used to sponsor us during our season. And we were talking about Saquon Barkley as the game was going on. I said, but you know what? I said, you know what's really great? I said, watch the run fits. I said, watch the way this offensive line works in unison. I said, it gets to the second level. I said, what Saquon Barkley did yesterday wasn't amazing. His 72-yard touchdown run, his 60-something-yard touchdown run, he was untouched. Literally untouched. Why? Because that offensive line gets up to the second level. If you got a single high safety and the first 2 levels are blocked, Saquon Barkley is going to make one move, and he's got the speed for house calls. And that's what he did. Offensive line. Man, I was extremely, extremely impressed with that offensive line. Man, Mr. Shorty checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Cornelius Squalls, you're a damn fool. Keep Don Burr away from sharp objects. Keep Don Burr away from all sharp objects, baby. You're damn right. And the last top of the morning topic, the last game. Woo, Charlie, this was an instant classic last night. Wow. The Buffalo Bills, the number 2 ranked Buffalo Bills, snuck by the Baltimore Ravens 27-25. Josh Allen, 16-22, 127 yards with an 86.7 rating, 10 carries, 20 yards for 2 tutties. And he also had a rushing touchdown as well. Let me tell you something. Mark Andrews has got to feel sick as all hell this morning. Mark Andrews had a game that was a nightmare. Fumbled twice and dropped the ball on a 2-point conversion. Right there. Oh my God, catch it. He had it in his hands, Just fall back in the end zone. We're going to overtime. And he didn't either. Rough game. Lamar, after the game, was pissed. He's like, I'm tired of this shit. You know, he cursed a couple times and said, hey, I apologize for my language. And I'm like, hey, I was like, you know what, bro? I feel you. Like, that's how you really feel. I understand you want to be professional, but damn, football's an emotional game. When you lose a game like that, all right, missed extra points. Think of those missed extra points. Then the missed 2-point conversion early, where he could, where Lamar Jackson couldn't get over to the hands of the outstretched arms of the defensive end who knocked it down because the dude was wide open. So it wasn't the Mark Andrews one that only caused it. There are other plays in that game as well. It never comes down to one play in a football game, ever. Never comes down to one play. There are a lot of other things that if you executed would have allowed you to win. But man, it was tough. Will Lamar ever get one? I don't know. Well, listen, let's take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we're going to welcome our guy, our mans in them. All right, he's from Bleacher Report, college football writer. He's been rocking with us for years. David Kenyon's going to join us, talk about that game tonight. Big, big game. End of the college football season tonight in the Natty, the national championship game. David Kenyon coming up next. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. You know, I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
We are looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators, a passion to change lives, spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds, help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Mental health and learning disorders don't discriminate. 17 million children and adolescents in the United States live with disorders like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and dyslexia. Less than half get the help they need to thrive. Help the Child Mind Institute change these children's lives. Visit childmind.org.
Marcus Mariota is on the field, the backup quarterback. That's him in motion, number 18. He's going to take the snap. Now he's in trouble, and he's dropped. He was trying to flip it, but he got tied up, and the Lions make a stand.
Really running it behind this offensive line, and they got their extra lineman in there, Skipper. See if they give it to Gibbs.
They will. Left side. Gibbs! Touchdown, Detroit. Stafford might have been the OG at that.
Yeah.
Too, of course, started that here. Here's Goff in trouble. Ball is out. It's recovered by the Commanders. Vikings are in the air, hoping to come back, but the Lions make a run to the Super Bowl. But we'll see. Second down. Robinson up the middle. Touchdown, Washington. And they're in front.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of Fox. Woo! One of the great games this weekend. I was fired up, man. I was able to catch all 4 of them, and I was loving it. I was screaming, "Detroit sucks! Detroit sucks!" I loved it. One of the girls from Output, she was mad as a mug. She's from Michigan. She had her shirt on, and they're giving her the business. And I was like, oh, well. And it was all a good time. She wasn't happy, don't get me wrong. But, yeah, it was crazy. But listen, tonight, this great weekend of football ends tonight with the college football national championship game. And my next guest, I'm fired up to talk to him about it. He's been rocking with us for years. All right. He's over at Bleacher Report. He is the national college football writer for Bleacher Report, and you can find him on Twitter at Kenyon19_BR. Guys, just welcome back to Shawn and Maya, David Kenyon. David, what's up, Papa? How are you? Good morning.
Doing great, Shawn. It's a freezing day in Atlanta. You and I know it well. Being in the Midwest, we're good, but let's just say people are going to be excited to be in the Dome tonight. We can actually see Georgia Tech's stadium from our hotel here, and I was just kind of thinking it'd be kind of fun if that game was out there tonight instead.
Yeah. Well, it's a little cold back here, dog. It's 0 degrees right now, and I know those people down in Atlanta hits close to freezing, and they freak out. Like, oh no! Yeah, it's going to be a good one. But yeah, it is in a dome. The temperature, the climate controlled, so it's going to be a good one. Talk to me. Does Notre Dame have a chance? I think Ohio State, I feel, has a better roster of 1 through 100 or whatever, how many guys they have. But Notre Dame has been playing well as a team. But those wide receivers that Ohio State has are no joke. Does Notre Dame have a legit shot?
Yeah, and it comes down to the defense for Notre Dame, because the offense is what it is. They're going to run a lot. They don't want to throw a lot. Their receivers, they just don't have the player who's going to dominate a game reliably. You might have somebody come out and get 110 yards today, and if they do, good for them. But nobody on the team has more than 500 yards receiving, so there's nobody you can point to that's like, yep, that's the guy. Whereas with Ohio State, you've got Smith and Egbuka. I mean, Notre Dame has forced the most turnovers in the nation. So that matters, right? Like,
yeah, it does.
We always talk about how turnovers matter, and suddenly they get 1 or 2, and this game gets flipped real quick. So, of course, they have a shot, but they are definitely a deserving underdog as well.
What do they do? Notre Dame plays a lot of man. They have a good secondary. But those wide receivers, as I said, are no joke. Are they going to play a few games back there? Show man, shift to zone, or are they just going to play a lot more zone? How do you think they're going to defend those Ohio State wide receivers?
I think you stick to who you are. You're a man team. They play it like 75% of the time. You're a man team. Do what you do. And if you have to adjust, you adjust. I mean, obviously you have to put some of those disguises in and roll it to zone, maybe bring a safety down, but still drop into like a cover 2 shell or something. Just to make Howard see a little bit, see a few different things and make him try to adjust to that. But I mean, I don't think you want to stray from what's gotten you there. And the talent is the talent, but it's not like they haven't played some teams with good receivers, nobody to Jeremiah Smith's level. But they've played good teams. So you just kind of stick to who you are and what got you there.
What about the other side when Notre Dame has the ball? Notre Dame has a great running attack. Ohio State has a good run defense. Does Notre Dame still try and establish a run and build off of that?
Yeah, they have to. I mean, that's who they are. They can't let this game turn into a back and forth because that does not favor them. I think if you're Ohio State, you bring the safety another step closer to the line of scrimmage and say, I dare you. Go deep. I dare you. We trust our guys. We don't think your guys can beat us. That's what I would think. I mean, if you can keep Notre Dame into the 2-3 yards, a carry on first down, and you're not giving them the 2nd and 4s where, maybe they can just take a shot anyway. And if they stay ahead of schedule, that kind of phrase, if they keep themselves in running situations, that's not going to be good for Ohio State because Notre Dame wants to run the ball. I mean, they'll throw the ball 10 times tonight if they had it their way. They just want to let Love and Leonard do their thing. But if you can get them into, 2nd and 9s and start making them think about throwing the ball, and suddenly you've got the 3rd and 7s and more where you're really going to have to throw the ball, that's a big advantage for Ohio State. Riley Leonard under pressure this year has been awful, but they also haven't let a lot of pressure get to him in the moments of, those 3rd downs where he's going to face it. I think it's under 4 yards attempt that he has when under pressure, but if they're in 3rd and 2, he's not going to be in a pressure situation throwing because they're going to run the ball.
How big of an asset is it that Riley Leonard does run the ball? How much that can help them, especially on 3rd down? Because it could be 3rd and 4, okay, 3rd and 5, and most likely a passing down, but not necessarily with Notre Dame because of who their quarterback is. Riley Leonard is more than capable of dropping back, letting people settle, and then taking off for a first down. How important is that going to be in Notre Dame's attack tonight?
Yeah, I mean, massive. I mean, the threat of a quarterback run, as we've seen in the last probably 10, 15 years in particular, the value of that has expanded immensely because when you're dropping into man coverage and the safeties are playing over the top, if the lane opens, quarterback goes, doesn't matter. Go get 7 yards. And then, like we're talking about, staying ahead of schedule with those, I mean, it's huge because instead of, him trying to force a ball on 2nd and 8 somewhere, he'll just go run for 4. And 3rd and 4 looks a whole lot better than, taking a sack because he's immobile or trying to force some throw because he can't run. So, no, that's a critical part of the Notre Dame offense is Leonard's legs.
So are they going to be forced to then probably keep a spy on Leonard? Because if they do, then you're taking one man out of coverage, and Notre Dame doesn't have a wide receiving core like Ohio State. They got some guys who can catch it and run and get some yak once they do catch it.
I don't think they'll rely on a spy. I think you're just trusting that defensive line, which is fantastic. I think you're just trusting in them to be gap sound and not really allow those lanes to open up so quickly. They're so experienced. They have so many seniors up front that they're really intelligent. They're just football smart. And so those lanes don't really happen against Ohio State. Now, if they do, they're going to have to adjust. And obviously a spy is the first correction you can make there after just dealing with the rushing lanes. I mean, you know that well. So that's the big thing for Ohio State is just say gap sound and don't let Leonard drop back, hit his back foot and then, all right, I'll go. Avoid that and they'll be okay.
Okay, so then give me 2 keys for Notre Dame to win tonight. 2 keys that you feel are the most important to happen for Notre Dame to win.
They got to get that big turnover, in Ohio State's territory, 30 and in, 40 and in, something like that, where you get a short touchdown drive. You come off the takeaway and you hit a 25-yard throw and then boom, you run it in from there. Like, something like that. And then red zone efficiency. That's a key in every game. And it feels basic to say these things, but it is what it is, really. Like, if you can hold Ohio State to field goals, they're going to have 4 trips to the red zone tonight, whatever it is. If you can keep them to 3 field goals, man, 3 hurts. 3 hurts when you got a bunch of chances at 7. But if they can turn this into, some 21-19 kind of game, that's where Notre Dame wants to be. Give me a couple keys for Ohio State to win tonight. Yeah, just just don't let Notre Dame hit the downfield shots, the rare ones they take. Force them to just sustain a drive and trust your defense to just be better. Because Ohio State's defense is definitely the biggest advantage that they have, that Notre Dame's offense and Ohio State's offense and Notre Dame's defense are much closer in ability than Notre Dame's offense and Ohio State's defense, and that leans in the Buckeyes' favor. So if Ohio State can just avoid giving up the plays that Notre Dame usually does not make and force them to sustain that long drive and get through those 3rd and 5s, like that's a huge advantage for Ohio State. And then beyond that, on the offensive side, is make sure you can throw the ball. We're going to talk about establishing the run. You're going to hear that all night because both of these teams want to rely on the run. Yes, but as long as Ohio State can hit some big plays, whether it's like Buka or Smith or even Cardinal Tate's kind of underappreciated, just hit a few of those, shorten up some of your drives that you don't have to go against this Notre Dame defense in the same way. The 14-play drives are really hard against these defenses. Like it's just a knock-down, drag-out every possession if you let it get into that. And so hit some big plays and Ohio State should be fine.
So give me your prediction. Who do you think comes out with the game tonight? I'll let you go. I'll tell you who I feel.
Okay. I do think Ohio State really controls this game. I don't think it ever really gets away. Like, I don't think a blowout's going to happen. But, of course, we've watched like 6 straight championships in a row become a blowout. So we'll see, obviously. I think Ohio State wins comfortably, but not going away. A late kind of score for Notre Dame that keeps it interesting. Maybe they have to get a defensive stop to get the ball back, but it doesn't quite happen. Something like that. But I do think the Buckeyes win this one tonight.
I think I have Ohio State, but I would not be surprised if Notre Dame is able to pull off the upset. Notre Dame, if they can establish that run game with a quarterback, 2 stud running backs, it really keeps the team off balance because, again, they do have some wide receivers that they can throw to. They can hit you downfield. All right, they're not as prolific, as I said, as Ohio State's receiving core, but don't get it twisted. They'll hurt you if you're not ready, and that I wouldn't be surprised. I think Ohio State throughout up and down through that roster is much more talented, and I think they win. But man, I would not be that surprised if Notre Dame pulls one out of their ass and pulls a lucky 4-leaf clover and are able to come out with the W. And the only bad thing about that would be is that the Notre Dame fans and alumni are going to be more obnoxious than they already are.
Yeah, no question. They're showing out down here too.
They are, huh?
They
are. Oh, they are, man. I got a whole bunch of buddies that went to high school who went to Notre Dame, so believe me, I know. I know. Hey, David, great stuff, buddy. I appreciate it. Be safe down there. But do me a favor before you go. Let everybody know where they can find you and your work online.
All right, you got it. You can find me on Bleacher Report. Everything's there. Just throw my name into a Google search and my profile will come up. You can see everything I do. Find me on Twitter at Kenyon19_BR. And just pray for no snow down here in the morning so I can get out.
Will do, buddy. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. Have fun. It's going to be a great game tonight.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you. Guys, it's David Kenyon from Bleacher Report. Join us live, boots on the ground in the ATL for the national championship game tonight. I am fired up. I cannot wait. I got to figure out where the hell I'm going to watch it. Where the hell I'm going to watch it? I don't know if I want to watch it at home. I got to holler at my boys. Let's go to a bar and watch this game. Because it's gonna be one heck of a matchup. I hope it's an instant classic. Like I said, I think Ohio State wins. I just think they're too good. But man, do not be surprised if Notre Dame. It only takes one. It's not a series. It's not basketball. It's not baseball. Best out of 3, best out of 5, best out of 7. Ohio State could have an off night. Ohio State. Here's the issue that I have with Ohio State. Sometimes Ohio State feels like they are I can't think of the word. They feel like they should win. They feel entitled. There you go. They feel entitled like, oh, well, we're Ohio State. We have the best roster, so we're going to win. And Michigan was like, yeah, screw you. Screw you, buddy. Oregon got him. So, I hope, and this is an indictment on Ryan Day. All right, if your team comes out, if Ohio State comes out with that type of attitude, and you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see it. If a team comes out with that type of attitude, I'm telling you, Notre Dame is not, they didn't get there by happenstance. All right, they didn't get to the national championship game by luck. Okay, they didn't play in a conference tournament, that helped, but that's neither here nor there. In the words of Kevin Lauder. That's neither here nor there. But Notre Dame's good. Notre Dame's good. And I think the moment isn't too big for them. I don't think it is. I think Marcus Freeman has this team really locked in, really focused, and really understanding what's at stake. You are the underdog, but you can't win. And I'm sure he's laid out the plan. It's funny because Marcus Freeman is going up against his alma mater. He played for Ohio State and Jim Tressel. But back in 2007, something like that, in 2007, I want to say. So he's an Ohio State alum, and now he's coaching Notre Dame, and now he's facing his alma mater in the national championship game, not the college football playoffs, not the semifinals, in the national championship game. I can almost guarantee you that he's laid out of what this would mean to Notre Dame. They haven't won it since 1988. My good friend of mine, John Foley. That was the year Tim Brown won the Heisman. Okay, my guy John Foley. Chris Zorich was on that team. John Foley and I went to grammar school and high school together. In high school, he was a senior when I was a freshman. He was the number one high school player in the country. The number one he was 6'4". He was 235. He ran a 4.5 40. That's what everyone and their mama wanted him. He would run sideline to sideline during the games. Tackle by Foley. Foley on a tackle. Tackle by Foley. He was a man among boys in high school. And he would go sideline to sideline. And unfortunately, at Notre Dame, he in the Cotton Bowl the year before, he pinched a nerve in his neck, had to have his bicep removed. And that was that. But I have a lot of friends. I hope they win. So I know it's going to come along with a lot of we're Notre Dame, and the only reason I really see growing up where I did, I wasn't a big Notre Dame fan because where we moved was white Irish Catholic, and everybody is football. It was Notre Dame football, Notre Dame football, Notre Dame football. I got sick of it. Then a couple of my guys started going. John Foley went. Brian Hamilton went. I'm like, okay, cool. But the thing that really got me, the only reason I don't want Notre Dame to win is my senior year at Holy Cross. My head coach had left after my junior year to go take Mark Duffner went to take the job at Maryland. So we got an incoming coach, Peter Voss. And Peter Voss was the offensive coordinator, he said, for Notre Dame. And let me tell you, and I told you before, but he told us on numerous occasions he was the guy that called the Sugar Bowl. He was the guy that had Jerome Bettis running wild. And I was like, oh, my goodness. I couldn't stand him. And so that's really my biggest reason I don't want Notre Dame to win. He's not even part of the program anymore. But, yeah. But tonight's going to be good. It's going to be can Notre Dame establish the run? Can they stay ahead of the sticks? Okay, Riley Leonard's going to be a big part of ensuring that they do. Because if they do, let me tell you, I know Ohio State's got a great defense. But when you keep giving a 3rd and short, and you have a quarterback, you have a dual option, a dual threat quarterback, it's tough. You got decent receivers at Notre Dame who know what to do with the ball when they get it. And you got to run it. You have a quarterback who, if things break down, he'll tuck it and run very well. And Riley Leonard. So it's going to be quite the matchup. Quite the matchup, but I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, this is I love the playoffs. Doesn't matter what sport, baseball, football, basketball, hockey. Because every play matters. Look at the Baltimore game yesterday. They missed the extra point. Their first 2-point conversion gets deflected and knocked down when the receiver was wide open. Those plays matter. Mark Andrews fumbling the ball after a first down catch. I think that led to points. Every play matters. Remember, you take care of the little things, there are no big things. Ball security. I think the team with the least amount of turnovers, I know I'm going out on a limb here. I think the team with the least amount of turnovers probably wins this game. Most big games aren't decided by those who make more big plays. It's those who don't turn the ball over. Don't turn the ball over. Because if you turn the ball over, you're asking for a big play from the opposing team. You're asking for it. Let's see what you guys are saying. No, I'm not talking about this. Okay. Shorty, good to see you, buddy. And thoughts and prayers to your mom. I see in the chat. You're here taking care of her for surgery, after surgery. I feel you, bro. I feel you. I take care of my mom, so I understand. I understand it. So, thoughts and prayers from me and everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago go out to you and moms. All right. You know, if when I post on her, like I gotta go pick her up later today for right after the show from CrossFit. I always hashtag you only get one. And you do. You only get one. And you know, we do everything to keep they raised us, helped us become good men and women, for those of you, the ladies in the chat. Okay, and it's a privilege to take care of your parents. It really is. And you know, I don't take that lightly. Don't get me wrong, she's a pain in my ass sometimes. But I'd have it no other way. Have it no other way. She's going to be 80 this year. We have a party. I'm starting looking to venues now. So probably by the middle of February, I have a venue. And just celebration of life. And I told her, I said, Ma, you got 21 years left. I said, at that point, it's 100. It's been a good run. So you go hang out with the rest of your siblings. It's been a good run. And she just laughs. So that's my goal, to keep her alive for, 21 more years, or 20 and a half more years. So, but yeah, Shorty, man, again, thoughts and prayers, man. I'm glad you're out here taking care of moms. I know she was grateful to have you out here. So listen, let's take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we'll talk a little Bulls. Okay. And then we'll finish up the show with some Bears talk. All right. Bears have interviewed a lot more people, and they can interview Ben Johnson in person now, or Aaron Glenn in person if they want. So let's take a break. we'll finish up the show on those topics. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Move it!
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Find the things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
We are looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators, a passion to change lives, spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds, help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Mental health and learning disorders don't discriminate. 17 million children and adolescents in the United States live with disorders like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and dyslexia. Less than half get the help they need to thrive. Help the Child Mind Institute change these children's lives. Visit childmind.org.
He was a big factor in that first matchup in the passing game, staying in the block here as Lamar has time, dances around and escapes. Here he goes. Taron Johnson at an angle, but it's too late. Lamar has the first at the same time. Ball at 3rd and 3 from the gun. Lamar, first option closed down. Now he goes to the end zone, wide open, and a Ravens touchdown right off the bat. 2nd and 11. Looking to pass all the way, and down the field he goes, and it's intercepted right into the hands of Taylor Rapp. 2nd and 10. Awkwardness as Jackson wrapped up, the ball's out. Scooped up, Von Miller! Von Miller with Hill chasing after him. Hill tries to swipe the ball out of his hands, but Miller holds up. Here it is, Allen. He just steamrolls across for the Buffalo touchdown.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning at Sports Zone Chicago. Those comes courtesy of CBS. Told you, turnovers. And interception by Lamar, the fumble by Mark Andrews later. All those factored into that loss. Just can't do it. And it's interesting. So we were talking about, obviously we were reminiscing yesterday at Hooters where we met. And the reason we went to Hooters is because Hooters sponsored us. So back in 2005, damn, it's 20 years. 2005, the Hooters opened up in Melrose Park. and we used to practice off of North Avenue in Austin. So we just took North Avenue straight down, just on North Avenue and 25th Avenue in Melrose Park. So we started going there, and they ended up sponsoring our team a couple of seasons. It's crazy. We go in there, we get 25% off. All the girls knew us. All the managers knew us, and one manager's Jeff, real great guy. We'd pay for a picture, he'd bring us two free. Pay for a picture, he'd bring us two free. We'd pay for a picture, we'd bring us two free. And this was on top of the 25% discount. Yeah, it was. So that's why we go to the Melrose Park Hooters, because that's where we spent many a day and a night. Many a day that turned into night. So a shift change and everything. But we were talking, and we were talking about one of the reasons that made us so good, our team. All right, when I was there, wow, we didn't lose a conference game 5 years. First 5. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We didn't lose a conference game. I think we lost from 10 and 11. Yeah, so we were league champs 4 years in a row. We lost the 5th year in the first round. Don't get me started. But one of the things that we talked about was turnovers. And that was it. Like, we didn't turn the ball over on offense. I think I fumbled once every 2 years. All right. That's when I fumbled. Although I did fumble in the first national championship game. That was terrible. But I fumbled usually about once every 2 years when I fumbled. Ball security was important to me. And our defense was very opportunistic. They created a lot of turnovers. And that's one of the reasons we were so good. We got short fields. We had receivers. We go, over the top on the first play. And football hasn't changed. And I know we're looking at RPOs. We're looking at a lot of other different things. But a lot of times, football hasn't changed. The essence, the core of it hasn't changed. It's blocking and tackling and protecting the ball. Do you create turnovers, or do you turn the ball over? That's it. That's it. Because if you can block, you can run the ball. If you can block, quarterback can pass. Tackling. If you can tackle, running backs, receivers don't get extra yards, because once they're hit, they're stopped. And then turnovers. It's important that tonight the team has the least amount of turnovers, because you give a team a short field. You got Jeremiah Smith, throw it up. That dude's 6'3", probably with a 40-inch vert. Just throw it up. Throw it 10 and a half feet in the air, and he'll go get it. So, but I said we're going to talk a little Bulls, and that's another thing. Turnovers. All right, the Bulls. That's one of the big issues. They're just lackadaisical. They don't give a damn. They're just ho-hum with the ball. And I'm like, dude, how do you, like, come on, guys. Like, this is crazy. Like, your ambivalence toward protecting the ball is quite bothersome. Like, it's quite bothersome. Where are they at? What's today's date? Oh, but they lose the Blazers. Let's see how many turnovers they had yesterday. Oh, you're not giving me these. You stink. 3 point assist point. Personal fouls points. Yeah, they're not giving me turnovers here. But I'm sure that's a huge part of it. I'm sure that's a huge part of this game. And the fact that they put Patrick Williams on the trade block says a lot. It says a lot about Patrick Williams. It says a lot about him. Okay, your refusal to develop. Again, as I said earlier, you've seen the development of Ayo. You've seen the development of Kobe White. At some point in time, you as a player have to take that into your own hands. Now, we've seen him play in Summer League. He goes crazy. He goes ham. One of the most dominant players on the court. We've seen him when DeMar and Zach LaVine were out. Very aggressive. Different player. You thought, okay, DeMar's gone. Okay, here's your chance to step up, be one of the, studs on the team. Nope. Doesn't want to rebound. So the Bulls have put him officially on the trading block and listening to offers for him. And I don't blame him. Now, he didn't need to give him that $90 million contract, but that's going to make it tough to move him. But what are you going to do? You might have to eat some of that contract. Cornelius Squalls. I think they lit a fire under him because he actually got a rebound last night. I think he got 2 rebounds. Michelle says, there's a lack of desire still at P. Will. Yeah, he doesn't seem like he wants to be there. Like he seems like one of those guys who is talented enough to get to the NBA, but doesn't do what's necessary to be the best. Black Diamond, thank you, sir. He said 14 turnovers yesterday by the Bulls. 14 turnovers. You get there. Sometimes people just have the talent to get there. That talented to get to the league. But their work ethic and their desire to be great is the issue. That was never a question. Whatever sport I was playing, my thing was football. But even when I played basketball, I wanted to be great. I can't tell you how many times, and this started at a young age. I remember me and my guy Joey Eichhorn, he's a couple years younger than me. He's like my little brother. I was bigger than him, stronger than him, but he was quick. And so when I was trying to work on my left hand, I used to hold my right hand behind my back and dribble. He tried to steal it. I'd go and take a layup. I have to get by him with my dribbling with my left hand. The desire to be great was always there. And I don't get people who don't want to be great. You're playing a sport that you're good at, you're talented at, and you don't put in the work to be great. To me, that's foreign. To me, that's foreign. Because there are a million people, million kids in this world who would love to have a spot and the opportunity that you have. But you're just so gifted, so God-given talents. You've been gifted by God, these amazing talents. Those talents get you there. But you don't refine them and work on them. And that to me is frustrating. And then and I'm not worried about your calm demeanor. A lot of people have calm. Lovie Smith was calm, had a very soft-spoken personality, but you knew he was a competitor. I don't see the fight. I don't see the desire. But Shawn, the desire, you're right, the lack of desire from P. Will. And that bothers me a lot. I like Zach. And here's the bad part. Is we want these guys to lose. We want a top 10 protected pick to be ours. We don't want to give that pick to San Antonio. I love the way Zach's played. Zach looks like a different player. He plays like a different player. He interviews like a different player. Zach's been through a lot. torn knee, a lot of injuries, the big contract, the subpar performance. But now again, as I said before on the shows a month or two ago, now he's a father. I think he's a husband. I'm not sure if he's married, but he's a father now. And those of you guys who have kids, you understand life changes when you have kids. It matures you quick, fast, in a hurry. And I've seen a much more mature Zach. I've seen a much more focused Zach. And I like him. I'd love to keep him. But I can't because he's going to win some games for us. We got to lose. And Vooch, got to get rid of him too. But the contract. So you shot yourselves in the foot, AK, because you want to get rid of Zach, but don't want to take his contract. You want to get rid of Vooch, don't want to take the contract. What do we do? Tell you what, I love Matas Bucelis, the youngster from Hinsdale. Love that youngster. If you watched the game yesterday, he got fouled on I don't know if it was a dunk attempt. I think it was a dunk attempt. He got fouled with the body. They didn't call it. Just got back up and played. Love that young man. I love his hustle, his desire, his propensity to not bitch and moan when he doesn't get a call. He just gets back and plays defense. I like that about him. He is the future. He is, if I have to compare him, I'd say the next Lowry Markkanen, except with better handles. And Lowry had good handles for a big guy. Cornelius said, the way Zach is playing, I would hate to lose him too. Yeah, I would too, but we also got to remember that top 10 pick. Because I like Zach, this Zach LaVine. I like this version of Zach LaVine a lot. But Shawn, you're right. Matas needs more minutes. He's got, plays defense, hits the open guy, or hit the open three if it's given to him. Come on, man. This youngster is well-rounded. He plays with an edge that I really, really like. And I can't wait for 2 years down the road when this sucker puts another 10, 15 pounds on him. Remember Joe Kim when he came in, how skinny he was? Then he saw Joe Kim started putting some mass on them arms. Like, yeah, Joe. Joe Kim knew what a weight room was. Just like I guarantee you, Matas is going to know where the weight room is. He's going to come back the next couple of years. He's young. And he probably has a high metabolism where it might be difficult for him to gain weight and strength. I always had that problem at St. Rita, even at Holy Cross. Had some guys who just couldn't gain weight. They go through the whole workout program, eat sandwiches at night to put on weight. My roommate Troy couldn't gain weight. Kim Booker World says, why do Bulls always get coaches that hate playing rookies? I don't know. I don't know how this kid doesn't have more time. How? How does this guy not get more time? When he's on the court, he is entertaining. Are you not entertained? I mean, he's running up and down the court. He's blocking shots. He's hitting a three. He's playing defense, handing the passing lane, rebounding. There's nothing this kid doesn't do. Nothing. He does everything. This kid does everything. So why he's not getting more time, I have no idea. I have no idea. That falls in the lap of Billy. Or maybe he's told from up top. Matas only gets X amount of minutes a game, which would be crappy. But Because remember, the GMs run everything. GMs will tell you they want this guy to have this amount of minutes, this guy to have this amount of. Kobe White, Io just got back off an injury. Man, when he decides, when Stacey says it, when he goes downhill, he's unstoppable. Or damn near. He's got to get him moving. We got a whole bunch of youngsters on us. We got young players. I know Kobe's been in the league 5 years. He's only like 24. Io been here a couple years. He just turned 25. Lonzo Ball's like 27. You got youngsters. Julian Phillips. Terry. Like, these guys are young. Get out and run. Let's do it. Then Terry, I like his, he's still not consistent enough. But I like when he's out there, I'll tell you what, there's one thing he is consistent with, and that's his effort. He might not shoot very well. Some games. But he'll play defense. He'll give you that energy. Judy, you're a damn fool. Alana says NFL news: Bills already given a roughing the passer penalty against Patrick Mahomes. So after they kick it off, kick the ball in the end zone and get the ball to 25, and we're at roughing the passer, add another 15 yards, first down, Kansas City on the 40. You're a fool, Junior. Personal foul. What do you mean? They just ran and kicked the ball in the end zone. Kicked the ball too far out of the end zone. 15 yards, automatic first down. Oh, man. But this Bulls team, take a look at this from yesterday.
In a loss against Charlotte on Friday, cross-court pass, Williams, a three. Got it. Patrick Williams.
DA earlier in the game to get back, get involved, because when he's active and down there in the paint, he makes things happen.
Zealous ball fake, kicks to Levine, 9 to shoot. Zach, step through, sees two, they come to trap him, get it out of his hands, good idea. But the rotation comes to DeSumo left. Williams outside, a heave from three is good. Yes, and a heave. Chicago with possession. Giddy unloads DeSumo. Walker to Levine to the baseline, reverse up and in.
That's good courtesy of CHSN. That's a bullies from last night. Tough one. Look at world. Coin toss whistle, flag. Improper verbiage using this. You said heads the wrong way. So that means Kansas City gets to kick off both the first and the second half. I mean, what we were talking about yesterday as well, we were bitching about the refs, but I'm like, look, man. I said, there are certain people who get special privileges. I said, right now, LeBron was one. I said, Patrick Mahomes was one. Or is one. I said, Brady was one. I said, what about the tuck rule? What the hell's the tuck rule? He got hit. It fumbled. What kind of shit is that? You made up a rule so he wouldn't fumble. The tuck rule. What? There's certain people who have the luxury of playing by a different set of rules. Hey, we had that for a long time here in Chicago. There was a guy named Michael Jeffrey Jordan. We got every call. A dude moved his feet too slow. A dude breathed too hard on Mike. during those championship years. Foul. The guy's like, what? Michael off the glass and one. It just sucks when it's not for your team, your guy. You know what I mean? It just sucks. It just sucks. Because we loved it when we had Mike. We loved it. You know, either he made it or we knew he was going to the line. He's most likely going to the line anyway for 2 or for an and 1. Be honest. Tell me Mike didn't get every single God blessed call. Everything. Just you touch him too hard. Beep. As soon as he heard that whistle, Mike would pop up and hit a jumper. Good. Like, wait, he was on the ground. Just remember so many coaches and players like, ref, he was on the ground when I fouled him. No, continuation. And Mike knew it. Oh, man. This Bulls team is fun at times, but they do need to get their act together. Get rid of Levine, get rid of Vooch. Get rid of those guys so you can start losing so we can protect that top 10 protected pick. That needs to be done. Stop all the BS and get it done. Because that's what you got to do. You don't want to give up a top 10 protected pick in a year where there's so many good prospects. I mean, get in the lottery, man. Imagine if we get number 1 and get Cooper Flag. It's possible. Or the NBA decides to give us Cooper Flag. So I hope you guys don't think that they actually have a lottery in the back. They sit there and like, okay, who would be best where? That's why I don't have the drawing on live anymore. Remember they used to have the drawings live? Remember that? Yeah, they used to turn not the bucket, but they used to turn the lottery thingy and you pull it out. They pull out I wouldn't be surprised if they had a number on them on the stickers so you knew which one to grab. But that's my conspiracy theory. Could be wrong. Probably. One last thing before we get to some football. Guys, your Cub convention was pretty dope. And the only reason it was dope because Sammy was there. Sammy was interviewed at the convention. Here's what he had to say.
Sammy, now a member of the Cubs Hall of Fame. How special was it to hear your name called and to see those fans go absolutely bonkers?
It was amazing. I mean, I had to say that I never expect that reaction. I was happy just to be here to see the fans clap and give it one more time or 2 more times, the way that I do it, put it in the show. So I'm glad that I'm here and I'm honored to be here today.
Absolutely. All-time home run leader for the Chicago Cubs. When you were patrolling right field in that Cubs uniform, did you ever envision yourself one day being a Cubs Hall of Famer?
Not really, because I was focusing in the field. I know if I did great in the field, everything going to come out later. And I play hard. Everybody know that I play hard all my life. And today I can say to myself that I did great in the field because the reaction and the people that I see today and the welcome me back, that was amazing.
Courtesy of the Marquee Network, and I was slamming Sammy. I love his English, broken English. They know I play hard. He was definitely worth the price of admission. Definitely worth the price of admission. And that was good to see. Like I said, I think he needs a statue. I think he needs one. I think he does. I just think what he did for the Cubs, what he did for baseball, at that time when baseball was really on the outs with with the American people. Sammy and Mark McGuire brought it back, but Sammy had that personality. Sammy had that flair. And I just love the I listen to those like this. Try to be so polite. And everybody know I play hard. Sammy! Cornelius Call saying was a man. What are you talking about, Black Diamond? I'm saying I love Sammy. I'm not a hater. I love Sammy, dude. Everybody know I play hard. Know what I feel. I love his accent. I just love how he's trying to be so professional and mature now. Slam and Sammy was a man, dude. But up at Hallis Hall, let's switch gears. Up at Hallis Hall, there was some interviewing going on. These were the latest coaches to be interviewed over the weekend. Up until yesterday, Brian Flores was Saturday, had Joe Brady Saturday as well. Eddie George came in the building. They flew him in. I believe the only reason they flew him in was to satisfy the Rooney Rule, which they did. Adam Stenovich, the offensive coordinator for the Packers, came in as well. I don't know how much of a chance he has, but now the Bears can hire. They can hire a head coach because they're Rooney Rule compliant. Let's see. Shorty, I hate Jaden Daniels. He killed our season. He cost me $7,000. I would have won if Caleb won Rookie of the Year. Yeah. So, yeah, I understand. I get it. But the thing is that we all talk about is why would Eddie George? Maybe Eddie George has aspirations of being a coach in the NFL. But why would you do that? Taking an interview, knowing they're just trying to satisfy the Rooney Rule. Why would you do that? Aaron Glenn turned down an interview. I think it was with the Patriots because he knew he was just going to satisfy the Rooney Rule for them. But Joe Brady, okay. Some people said they wouldn't mind Brady. Black Diamond says, no, I wouldn't mind Brady. Okay. According to the newspaper today, on 2 Crunch, those are the top 2 candidates: Ben Johnson and Mike McCarthy. I don't know who this guy was, but when Washington scored that last touchdown, someone said this dude was seen driving down into the bowels underneath the bowels of Ford Field. He parked right outside the Detroit Lions locker room. I don't know who this guy is or what his deal was, but a rumor had it that he was parked right outside of the locker room, the Detroit locker room. Someone can find out who this guy is. It'd be appreciated. Thank you. Oh, man. I want – and Todd Monken, someone said Todd Monken's going to be a head coach. Okay, phenomenal offensive mind. But didn't he coach? Let's see. Thought Todd Monken head coached in college. Thought he coached in college. Yeah, let's see. Yes. So he's at Southern Miss for 3 seasons. Okay. Wow. Wow. You want to hear something funny? Holy cow. So when I got recruited out of high school, Grand Valley State came and wanted me to go there. But they had Eric Lynch. For those of you who remember, Eric Lynch he was a freshman. He was a year older than me. Well, Todd Monken, that would have been 89. I graduated in spring of 89 from St. Rita. I would have played my first year at college at Holy Cross was 89. Had I gone to Grand Valley State, I would have been with Todd Monken. Todd Monken was a graduate assistant at Grand Valley State, 89 and 90. So I would have had him for 2 years. Notre Dame grad assistant, 91, 92. Eastern Michigan's DBs and wide receivers, 93 to 97. Eastern Michigan, he was the OC and wide receiver coach, 98 and 99. Louisiana Tech in 2000, the running backs and wide receiver coach. 2001, just the wide receiver coach at Louisiana Tech. 02 and 04, the passing game coordinator and wide receivers at Oklahoma State. 05 and 06, passing game coordinator and wide receivers at LSU. 7 through 10, 2007 to 2010, he was the wide receivers coach with the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2011 and 12, the OC and quarterback coach at Oklahoma State. 2013, 2014, and 2015, he was the head coach at Southern Miss. Then he was with the Bucks in 16 and 17, the OC and wide receivers coach. In 18, same with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but he was just the offensive coordinator in 18. Offensive coordinator with the Browns in 19. Offensive coordinator and quarterbacks with Georgia, 20, 21, and 22. And then, so that's crazy. 2-time college football national championship with the Georgia Bulldogs. And the Conference USA head coach of the year in 2015 at Southern Miss. Crazy, crazy, crazy how the world. Man. And people are upset with Mike McCarthy. People were very adamant about Mike McCarthy not being the coach. I'm okay. If we get Mike McCarthy, I'm fine. I'll tell you what. I want Pete Carroll. His name seems to be losing a lot of steam. Okay? But I want Pete Carroll. If we get Mike McCarthy, I'm okay with Mike McCarthy. And people, I don't understand what people are mad about with him. Look at the offenses he's had in Dallas. 2 of the last 3 years, they had the top offense in the NFL. And I don't know if you know I don't know how you, or maybe let me say this. If you think Caleb is all that in a bag of chips, you may want to put him with Mike McCarthy. You have receivers. I mean, Dak Prescott really only has CeeDee Lamb. And he had another guy who's like, all right. But here you got DJ Moore. If Keenan Allen signs back, him, but also Rome Odunze. DJ Moore and Rome Odunze are here for sure. It's a nice duo to throw to. No, I don't agree with you. You said Mike McCarthy's the only safe choice. Pete Carroll's way too old. No. Here's why. I'd say he's here for 3 years max. And the reason I want Pete McCarthy, Pete Carroll is this. And listening to the Richard Sherman podcast, Richard Sherman said one of the reasons they were so successful in Seattle was because Pete Carroll breathed life into Russell. He breathed life into Russ with his positivity. This is why I want a 73-year-old head coach, because he breathes life. What if he breathes life into Caleb? What if he breathes life into Caleb and gives Caleb the utmost confidence? Because that's what he's going to do. That's why, I mean, he's only going to be here 3 years-ish. And then now you can say, okay, who would you want running the offense? Who's your OC? Because we'll probably make him the head coach when you decide to step down. So now you can go get a coordinator you want. He can go to get a coordinator he wants, and the coordinator knows he's the head coach in waiting. Shorty, it could be Josh McCown. It could very well be Josh McCown. If Pete Carroll says, hey, you know what, Josh? I want to groom you to be the head coach. That's possible. But Pete Carroll knows how to run shit. Pete Carroll knows how to win. Pete Carroll won at USC. He won in Seattle for the offensive coordinator. Pete Carroll will be a two-time Super Bowl winning champion. Wasn't for the offensive coordinator. Because now you could groom whoever it is you want. And now you get to learn on the job from him. So now you get to sit in meetings, get to talk with him while you're running the offense. And just kind of say, hey, here's what we got. Here's what you need to do. I'm going to add more to your plate every year. So after 3 years, that fourth year, after my third year when I retire, your fourth year here, you're ready to roll. You've been a quarterback. You've been a head coach in training. And there's no disruption in the continuity between play caller and quarterback. Again, I don't mind Mike McCarthy. I don't mind him either. You can do a lot worse than leading the team, having a number one passing offense in the NFL. You can do a lot worse. Shorty says, I'm warming up to Ben Johnson, though, simply because I think McCarthy is at that point of being too archaic. What do you mean archaic? 2 out of the last 3 years, he had a top offense in the NFL. Top passing game, excuse me. With Dak, and that's it. Dak only has CeeDee Lamb and a couple other no-name mugs. Here we got 2 stud receivers. And if Kenyon comes back, 3, plus a tight end, plus a stud running back out of the backfield. He never wins in the playoffs. Guess what? He gets to the playoffs. We don't get to the playoffs. And let me tell you something. We don't know this, but maybe this change of scenery is what he needs. Maybe here in Chicago is what he needs. Andy Reid had a tough one getting over the hump in Philly, remember? Andy Reid was talking about a big bust. Dude can't win the big one in Philly. Now he's going down as one of the greatest head coaches of all time with Patrick Mahomes. He's going to ride that that train to the final stop. Because I almost guarantee you he wants to catch Belichick. He's got 3 now. He could have 4. He could have 4 and a 3-peat. Four and a 3-peat. So I wouldn't put it past Mike McCarthy to come here and look. It's whoever the Bears want to give their job to. Because Ben Johnson, you got nothing in Vegas. Nothing. You got no quarterback. I know you might have you're about to interview your guy for GM. Now, if they give you a 6-year contract, okay, I could see that. I could see it. You and your boy lined up. You get your quarterback. You get 2 or 3 years to develop him. Okay, I get it. If they give you a regular 4-year deal, you're stepping into an offense devoid. And who are you going to get in the freaking draft? Are there any guys you want to develop and work with in the draft? When you can come here and you can have a quarterback that's ready to be developed. Pete Carroll and Josh McCown, sign me up, Shorty says. And again, I'm still worried about this Adam Gase situation. He could be Adam Gase. Could be Sean McVay. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. He could be LaFleur. He could be Kevin O'Connell. I'll give you Mark Trestman. But if you sign Pete Carroll or if you bring in Mike McCarthy, you know, one, that they know how to head coach. They know how to be a head coach. That's for sure. It's not all new to him. And for me, I think that is what I want, the stability, the comfort of knowing that we got a guy who knows what the fuck he's doing as our head coach. I don't have to worry about timeouts. I don't have to worry about time management. I don't have to worry about challenges. This guy's been there, done that. To another level. Because trust me, they threw the ball down in Dallas. So everybody who wants to say, oh, well, Caleb has the best percentage and of the fewest turnovers in the history of a blah, 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 blah. I'm like, look, dude, he didn't throw the ball downfield. Throw the goddamn ball downfield. How many freaking screens did we see? If you follow me on Facebook, you would have seen. I was like, enough of these goddamn screens. He never pushed the ball down the field. Never. Mike McCarthy pushed that ball down the field. He'll let Caleb open it up. He'll let him. And isn't that what you want to see? Don't you want to see Caleb attack downfield? Don't you want to see Caleb hit DJ Moore? Don't you want to see him hit Roma Dunze on a corner route? Do you want to see him hit DJ Moore in the soft spot of cover two between the safety and the corner, behind the safety in front of the corner? Or look him off and hit Cole Kmet down the middle of the field like the London game, where he fake to Swift, fake to somebody on the right, Cole Kmet down the middle of the field. Beautiful. Cornelius says, nowadays, The creative OC can make the transition to head coach because the players know he has an offense to keep them in the playoffs. Yeah, but how good is he at being a head coach is the question. The creativity in your innovation is great. How good are you with time management? How good are you with evaluating your coordinators? Junior says Komet was a forgotten man. Yeah. Remember they had, he talked about it. He said he was frustrated in the locker room after the post games. He's like, yeah, it's just frustrating. I'm not gonna lie and say it's not. Frustrated. I get you, dog. That's Caleb. Caleb's got to do better. You have to find your safety net. And after having a career year last year with Justin Fields, you can understand why Cole Kmet is upset and frustrated. You understand why DJ is upset and frustrated. Missed 1,000 yards by less than 50. It's not all on Caleb. DJ dropped a couple. Cornelius says it worked for McVay, Shanahan, and McDaniels in Miami. It has. Are you getting a McVay, Shanahan, or McDaniels, or are you getting an Adam Gase, a Mark Trestman, Josh McDaniels? Which one are you getting? That is the question, Cornelius. We don't know what Ben Johnson's like leading a team because he's never led a team. I don't know. One name that's fallen out in contention, I believe, is Brian Flores, and I'm okay with that. That's fine. Plus, he's got a lawsuit against the league. Remember that. So, I don't think the McCaskies want to deal with anything like that. I just don't think that. Nah. It's not their way. They don't want people cursing. So you want a guy who's in a current lawsuit against the NFL coaching your team? They don't want that type of smoke. They don't want it. When do you guys think? I think they'll fly him into Chicago this week, experience the city, and I think he'll make a decision by Saturday, definitely by Sunday. Because what's going to happen is this week and next week, you can make the announcements. The following week, the week leading up to the Super Bowl, you can't make any announcements. No announcements can be made. You can hire people, you can't make an announcement. If you're asking why, because at that point, the Super Bowl is the NFL's baby. And Super Bowl week, there is nothing, no type of announcements that are allowed by the NFL. Nothing that can detract from the Super Bowl. Nothing. Everything is all Super Bowl, all week, leading up to the game. So you got 2 weeks. Then you got to start getting staff together. You got to start getting ready for the Senior Bowl, which is at the end of the month. When is it? February 1st, is it? Let me double check. February 1st. So we gotta this got to be done like now. Like now. Because you got to get down there. You got to interview your staff. You got to know who your staff is. You got to interview these players. You got to evaluate these players. the game is February 5th. But they're there a couple days that whole week. Let's see. The game, no. I don't want that. Senior Bowl. So they're up all week. They're going to be leading up to practices and all this other stuff. The game is Saturday, February 1st. But the week leading up to it, is what? Yeah. So that'd be dope. But he's got to get his staff down there. He's got to look and see. I mean, Ryan Poles is going to be down there. But you want your head coach. You want your staff down there. You want to be evaluating who you're going to draft. I want to see the groceries before and suggest my grocery list to you. And I'll do the cooking, Ben Johnson says. Or Mike McCarthy. One or the other. They need it. That should be done hopefully by the end of the week. I think Ben Johnson, let's see. Ben Johnson is going to have, yes. Yeah, so starting today, they can meet in person with any of the candidates, including Johnson. They can make a job offer right away as well because of the Rooney Rule. Remember, we talked about that. So if you want Ben Johnson, all right, we got to see how that interview with Lance Newmark, the GM for the GM job with the Raiders. That's his guy. That's Ben Johnson's guy. If he goes to the Raiders, if that GM goes to the Raiders, it's looking likely that Ben Johnson goes to the Raiders. Now our focus turns to Mike McCarthy. I would still say make sure your focus turns to Pete Carroll. But that's just me. And I don't know if you heard, the Bears reached out to the Steelers about Mike Tomlin to trade for him. And they are rebuffed. Basically, the Steelers says, no, we're not trading. Period. So we'll see. Well, man, guys, 2 hours is coming and going. I want to thank my guest, David Kenyon from Bleacher Report for coming on talking about the national championship game tonight. Where are you watching it tonight is the question. Where are you watching it? I'll put a post on Facebook and see where my peoples are watching it. You can go watch it at the smoke shop. There's one right across the street. That might not be a bad idea. I think it's $30 to get in, or 3 cigars. Either, but you can order food. You can have food ordered in or delivered to you because they don't have food there. We'll sit there, watch the game, and have a little drinky drink. Although I'm not going to drink too much. I got CrossFit in the morning. Well, where are you guys watching the game tonight? The crib? You bringing a pizza? You know, I got to go shopping. I just ate the last frozen pizza in the house last week. I got some shopping to do. But guys, wherever you watch it, make sure you be safe. Have a good time. It's going to be cold out this joker. And again, the Club Casa. King Booker World is going to be at the Club Casa. Oh, man. Well, listen, guys, stay warm. Stay warm. Thanks, sir. Thank you, my man. I appreciate it. Says, thank you, Shawn. Always a great way to kick off the week. Sports owners have a great week. Peace out. Bear down. Yeah, bear down, baby. Bear down. And hopefully by the end of the week, we have our head coach. Still want Pete Carroll, but his name is losing steam fast. And if the GM gets the gig in Vegas, Ben Johnson's gone there too. Mike McCarthy might be our man. Which I'm okay with. So do me a favor. Let all your people know, let your loved ones know you love them. Okay? Let them know you love them. Send them a text, send them a voice memo, whatever. Do that. We just got through with the holidays, and it's always one person. There's always one less person that we celebrate the holidays with every year, it seems like. All right? Make sure your loved ones know you love them. Okay? Doesn't take much to shoot a quick text. And you might text back for like 3 or 4 minutes. Big deal. So you got a life here. They got a life over there. They have their own life. Okay? But, man, let them know you love them because, man, once they're gone, all you have are memories. All right? So, listen, for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Have a phenomenal day. Stay warm, baby. Hey, I brought my new parka. I think I told you I bought a parka, I want to say in April. It was warm out. April or May. At the Dick's Sporting Goods outlet by my house. It was $250, $260 actually. Oh, I left it over there. I threw it over there by the bed. $260 marked down to $50. Bought that Joker, had down in it. Man, I wore that sucker yesterday. Woo, Charlie. That's better than my old parka, which is really, really warm. So I'm making sure I'm staying warm. You guys make sure you stay warm. It's going to be cold today. It's going to be even worse tomorrow here in Chicago. Worse. That means it's more badder. Okay, more badder tomorrow. More colder. It's going to get to 10 today. It's going to be 3 tomorrow before it starts jumping back up to the 20s and 30s. So it's cold. So for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago's, stay warm. I love you guys. I appreciate the love and support you guys show me each and every show. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Your boy. And remember the reason for the holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. All right. He did a lot of things for a lot of people, not just African Americans. It was for a lot of people. All right. So again, from everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. This show will replay at 6 at 12:15 Central Time. Lakina and Sid with Second City Sports going to give you another 2-hour tour of some Chicago sports. So make sure you tune in for that. All right, folks, I'm out of here. I got to go with the Warden from CrossFit. The boy, the SuperBack. I am out. Deuces.